What's up, Titletown? It's Thursday night and it's time to awaken the nation. Welcome back to the Viking Nation Live. We are on the eve of the most fantastic game ever created by man. That's right. It's the eve of the Winterville Classic. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Don't forget to like and share on your social media. Listen, Chase and Armand's finally, I think, getting me into the habit of telling you guys to hit and how do they put it? Smash that like button or share it to whatever social media. when I get Chase on the screen, he's going to have to remind me how to do it again. So, welcome everyone to the nation. Our Vikings are 9-0. I got a question for you guys. How many undefeated seasons has Lowndes had throughout its history, going all the way back to 1966? So, if you think you guys know the answer, put it into the comments and we'll put it on the screen for you. So here's the question again. How many undefeated seasons has Lowndes had throughout its history going all the way back to 1966? Now, when I think about that question out loud again, that there's actually a part that I left out. How many undefeated regular seasons has Lowndes had? Not going 15-0, that kind of stuff. Just how many undefeated regular seasons. Why am I asking that? Because tonight we're 9-0 going into the game tomorrow night. So if we complete the route, then it would be a 10-0 season. How many 10-0 seasons has Lowndes had throughout its history, going all the way back to 1966? Let me go ahead and get our super fans on the screen. Chase, how are you, buddy?
LG Viking Nation, what is up? The bearded wonder?
The bearded wonder.
Oh man, I gotta fix this. Okay, there we go. There we
go. The bearded wonder, the boss man, the coach. We are live and in living color.
Live and in living color. The reason why we had some snafus technically and things like that. So I called an audible at the last possible second to these guys saying, hey, we're using different software tonight. And I had to send the link real fast to these guys and to Shane Thomas. And that's why you didn't have the traditional Valdosta GA intro screen, a video, that kind of stuff. The reason I had to go back to the old software we were using because I forgot we were doing a giveaway tonight. And this software has a giveaway tool built into it. So that's why we had to do it this way tonight. So anyway, back next week, we'll be back to our regular programming. Guys, big game tomorrow night. So you guys ready? You guys fired up? You nervous? How you feeling?
Man, I'm
feeling kind of loose.
I'm ready. In fact, you know what? Tomorrow night, we're getting ready to travel across town. And by the way, in case y'all wonder why I'm not as lit up tonight, I am broadcasting from my truck on the friendly confines of Lowndes High School.
Okay.
Because my son is at basketball practice.
Yeah, he's a multi-sport athlete.
Yes, he is. But we're getting ready to travel across town to Death Valley. All right. Where I can vaguely hear the fans screaming, "Go, Cats! Go, Cats! Go, Cats!" And I know what they're thinking. They thinking that we got to come into their place. It's going to be a rowdy atmosphere. They got the home field advantage. I've heard they got the better offense statistically. And you know what? They might. By the numbers, we should lose tomorrow night. By the numbers. But you know what? I hear some trumpets sounding. I hear some milk jugs shaking. I hear some cowbells ringing. I hear some student fan concrete crazies going nuts. And hey, I hear them Valdosta fans saying, "Mama, there go that man again."
Armand, has this turned into the Chase Pat McAfee Garto show?
Hey, you know what? We'll take it.
The dude is lit tonight.
Give me the Vikings. Give me the Vikings by 50 to break all them Wildcats' hearts.
Yeah, and can we go ahead and get this out the way? Vikes by 50.
Vikes by 50.
Vikes by 50. Listen,
I love it. You guys are hyped up tonight.
that way you look. They never had the one in the first place, but you really don't have to wonder because we're telling you right now, the first 10 minutes of the show, Vikes by 50. And we sticking with it because, and you know what? If you win by 1, you win by 10, 20 against them, it's still like you won by 50. So it don't matter.
Facts.
Absolutely.
Facts.
Guys, let me go ahead and make this announcement on the screen. I kind of teased this on the Viking Nation Facebook page a little bit a while ago. And that is, guys, if you are desperately looking for tickets and you have to be a Lions fan to qualify for this, okay? You can win them right here on tonight's show just by entering into the comments, just what you see on the screen there. Hashtag Go Vikings. Hashtag go, no spaces, all one word, just like you see it there. Hashtag Go Vikings. And if you do it wrong, the software won't pick up your entry. Okay, so it's pretty simple, right, guys? All you got to do, hashtag Go Vikings to enter for your chance to win. So I see we got another bearded wonder in the green room. The background there, Shane Thomas from the Valdosta Daily Times. We'll get him on the screen here pretty soon. So I'm going to switch to this mode, guys, so we can fit Shane onto the screen as well. So, guys, I'm about to take this banner down. So if you want to go ahead and enter your chance to win 2 tickets to the winner of the class tonight. Now, this is on the Lounge side, okay? And you have to be a Lounge fan. We're going to check this. So this is the Viking Nation Live, not the Wintersville Classic Live. This is the Viking Nation Live. And if you want your chance to win 2 tickets on the Lounge side in the middle of a sea of crimson and white tomorrow night, cheering their Vikings on to victory, go ahead and enter it right now. Hashtag Go Vikings. All right, so guys, we got a big, big game tomorrow night. Now, Chase said something very interesting. According to the numbers, Valdosta really should win this game, right? I mean, are we all in agreement according to the numbers? Now, what are those numbers?
Now now I'm talking in reference to offense. Now, defensively, we got the edge because defensively, I don't think Lowndes has given up but 90-something points.
Lowndes is averaging 277 rushing yards and 104 passing yards. Mason Woods has rushed for 1,137 yards, 14 touchdowns. Jace Johnson, committed to Texas A&M, all-world quarterback, has thrown for 868 yards. With that being missing like 3 or 4 games at the beginning of the season, right? Deron Foster, though, Valdosta averages 275 yards rushing per game, 215 passing yards. Deron Foster, 1,112 yards coming into this game. And this next name, is it Marcus Fennell or Marquise Fennell?
It's Marquise.
Marquise Fennell.
Oh, LG, I'm gonna make this
69 rushing yards.
I'm gonna make this easy for you. All right. Deron is called Live at 5.
Okay.
Marquise is called C4.
Okay. I'll have to trust you on that, man. I'll have to trust you on that.
Oh, believe me, I coached. Okay, so I coached Deron Foster years ago, and that was his nickname from the time that young was old enough to throw the football.
Well, so anyway, Tyreek Wade has thrown 6 touchdown passes just last week. So he's thrown 6 touchdown passes. Lowndes' average score is 41-10 against the 10th hardest schedule in Class 6A, and Valdosta's average score is 45-14. Cat fans, check this stat out. Their average score is 45-14 against the 28th toughest schedule in Class 6A. So on paper, Valdosta looks like they've got the edge, but Lowndes has certainly played a much tougher schedule. Now, this is not according to me. This is according to the newsletter that came out today in Georgia High School Football Daily. If you guys have an issue with any of those stats, take it up with Todd Holcomb. Okay, don't shoot the messenger. I'm reporting what the newspaper guy said. Now, speaking of a newspaper, man, let's bring in a local newspaper guy, the other bearded wonder, Shane Thomas. How are you, Mr. Thomas? Shane, are you with us? Did he freeze already?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Oh, we can hear you now. Live and clear.
Okay, yeah. I don't know what happened there. But,
We thought your screen froze or something.
Hey, Shane. Sometimes the beard has that effect on the.
Yeah,
There's like an electromagnetic pulse coming out from the beard.
Don't you know?
I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there, fellas. Don't hate.
Well, Shane, first of all, welcome back to Titletown, back to Wintersville, man.
Glad to be here, man. You have no idea how glad I am to be here.
I hear you. So is there any, you've been the last several years up in Pennsylvania covering the Penn State Nittany Lions. Is there any high school football up there to speak of?
I never had a chance to experience it, but it is very competitive.
Gotcha.
There's a lot of schools up there. Penn State recruits very much locally. They're one of the few teams that still kind of values doing it the old-fashioned way.
Gotcha.
So they recruit a lot of Pennsylvania kids, whether it's private schools, publics, from all over. So, yeah, they get a lot of kids to come in. And, that's good for them because it is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's talk more local stuff. You got Shane, you've been following the Valdosta Wildcats all year long, right?
Yeah.
So you've been there every single snap. What's your initial? We'll get into the Wintersville Classic in a second. What is your initial impression after 9 games when we're talking about? If I had to say, Shane, sell me on the Valdosta Wildcats tonight after 9 games, what would you say?
I would say they probably have the 2 best running backs in the state.
You hear that, Chase?
I would beg to differ.
The software is disagreeing with Shane because he's frozen up again.
To Mason Woods. I'm just saying in terms of
Oh, man.
Shane, we are getting like every 20th sentence word there. So I'm going to ask you to do this. If you can hear me, Shane, can you disconnect and reconnect? Maybe we'll try to reset your connection.
Okay.
So here we go. Take you off the screen there.
Now, Larry, here's something that you probably didn't know. So I didn't go to Lounsville in the 6th grade. I actually lived in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And I played for the Waynesboro Stallions. Now, let me tell you something. I came from I played for the Chargers here at the Boys Club, right? Yeah. And I was just an average player. I went up there, and I was all world. I was all.
Yeah, they not. Yeah, they not like us. They not
like us. That's right.
It's not like that. But they do love football up there in Pennsylvania. But absolutely. Yeah, that's a fun fact about me. So I would go on record to say that it's not the same.
No.
Gotcha. Well, Shane, you were in the beginning of selling us on the Valdosta Wildcats, and you made an astonishing statement saying that they've got probably the 2 best running backs in the state of Georgia.
Yeah, I think as a collective, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So I think as a collective, it's if not the 2 best running backs in the state, it's definitely the best duo. It's the best stable of running backs because they have a good balance. Obviously, you guys had talked about Deron Foster. Between the tackles, he's hard to bring down. He's strong. He's
keeps freezing.
It keeps freezing. I'm not sure what's going on with Shane there.
There,
you guys hear me?
Yeah, you keep freezing on us.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. Maybe it's this.
You got a strong Wi-Fi signal? Shane, do this. If you can hear me, just go audio only. We got an option on that link I sent you. Just go audio only and see if you can maintain a stable connection.
Okay. Let me see.
Hey, you still with us? All right, guys, let's just wait for Shane to come back in with the audio only option. Chase, what do you think when he says the two best running back duo in the state? You know, you've seen Duran. I mean, he is an excellent running back. He is an excellent running back.
He's probably not wrong. Okay. And I'm saying that as far as a duo, as far as a 1-2 punch combo, he's not wrong. That's probably one of the best 1-2 punch combos that you have.
Yeah.
But if you get behind this Lowndes Vikings team, which you will get behind, you're going to force them to throw the football.
That's right.
And they don't have as many weapons out to throw the ball to. All they got is Prince Jean.
Okay.
Ooh. All right, Shane, we got you back.
All right, y'all can hear me now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, so talking about Marquise Fennell and Duran Foster. Foster just talked about really physical between the tackles. Shifty has a lot of talent there. Fennell's more of the speed back. He's definitely the more versatile of the two.
Yeah.
I just think collectively with the production they're able to put out, that's the best running back duo in the state. As far as the offense, the thing that's impressed me in region play, at least a couple of the games, especially the Tift County game, is their ability to throw the ball down the field and kind of commit to that. Richmond Hill kind of forced their hand and made them throw the ball over the top.
Yeah.
So they put 8-9 in the box and forced them to go over the top. And what they found with Richmond Hill is that they found some soft spots in that defense where they could get it over the middle into an open spot or out to the perimeter and take advantage of that. And I felt like against Tift, they were able to take their shots early and really kind of stress the defense that way and then use that to set up the run game. And, Prince Jean had 7 catches for 77 yards last week, but the guy that I feel like is coming into his own is the junior receiver, Jamarian Mingo. He played really well. I think he had 3 catches for 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think he's a guy that if Prince Jean, committed to Kentucky, if he's clear cut their best receiver, I think Mingo is the next guy in line, the second guy that could, potentially have a big game Friday night.
Gotcha.
If he continues to trend up the way he has been, he played really well against Camden. A lot of teams play well against Camden, but that's beside the point. But yeah, so I think just offensively, they're kind of coming around. I think if Wade can step up and play his game the way he played the last couple weeks, I think they really have a shot. The defense is interesting because they had played well most of the year, but Tift County ran on them some. Kamari Holloman had 150 yards and 3 touchdowns last week. So that's a bit concerning, but I feel like, they have a guy, Jalen Copeland, who's committed to Arkansas, who had 2 pick sixes in the first quarter against Richmond Hill a couple weeks ago. So I think the defense, if they can do well against the run, and the offense can do some things as far as being multiple, throwing the ball through the air and running it, they should play pretty well tomorrow night.
So Armand, I'm going to get you to comment on something Shane just said, and Chase, feel free to jump in as well. So we're expecting Valdosta to be a run first team. They've always, under Shelton Felton, they've always been a run first team. He just wants to run the ball right at you, right? So Lowndes is going to, I'm assuming, Armand, they're going to sell out to stop that run. When they do, Shane, how successful is Valdosta going to be at throwing the ball against that Lowndes defense?
I think they should be able, if they can kind of have the same approach they had against Richmond Hill, where they're like, okay, we're going to take what they're giving us. If they're going to put 8-9 in the box and load up, try to find the soft spots in the zone, get it to guys that operate well in space. So Fennell, Prince Jean, those guys, if they can do that, that should loosen some things up and give them some continuity, but it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Armand, you've been following our defense all year long. Shane just said something interesting. They're going to try to find some holes in that zone to exploit. Lowndes doesn't strike me as a big zone defense. What do you expect tomorrow night from that Lions defense?
I think Lions is gonna do what they've been doing all year. Start out just, hey, let's just keep everything in front. Let's see what they're showing us, and then make the adjustments from there. When I think about Valdosta, historically, Valdosta has been a great run team. From the days of Nick Hyder on, run the ball first, and that's what they've been. And under Felton, that's what they continue to be. I think that with Valdosta, like, you don't have that big play threat on the outside, but you do have adequate receivers, right? Who can pose some threats. And Marquise Fennell is in spaces as good as anybody out there. I think Valdosta, they do have some offensive weapons, but at the same time, what I think is going to happen is they're going to have to make Lions uncomfortable on offense to do what they want to do on defense. And if they're playing behind, I don't think they have a chance. Like Chase said, for Valdosta to win this game, Lions is going to have to make characteristic mistakes, and they're going to have to find a way to get the ball, because if you watch this Lions team, Lions has this uncanny ability to bring out that Hydra offense that we call it, and just suck the life out of a game by just running between the tackles. You look at it like Big Ben Corhay, 61 pancakes on the year. That means he's moving people. And I get it. Valdosta has Corey Howard over there. And he's great. But if Valdosta stop the run, they're going to be forced to pass, and they're not going to be, that they're just going to be uncomfortable. And that's where I think Lions is going to win.
Chase, Chase, Armand just said something interesting when he's talking about the passing game. Shane, this is a question for you and Chase. I'll take an answer from Chase first. Chase, the last several weeks we've talked about this, where Jace seems to be. This is from my perspective, by the way. So he seems to be locking in on Bubba Brown. That may be by design. I'm not exactly sure. So I'm not privy to that game plan. He's an all-world receiver, so I don't blame the Lions' offensive scheme being centered around Bubba Brown when it comes to the passing game. Is that going to be enough tomorrow night? Or is it going to have to get other folks involved like Khalil Williams and others?
It's going to take the entire receiving core. And I think zeroing in on Bubba the last few weeks has been by design.
Okay.
I think it's more of kind of a smoke and mirrors type thing. They want people on film. They want defenses on film to see that. They want this Wildcat team to zero in on one person, which which by design, they're going to try to stop Bubba. They're going to probably bracket Bubba. The same way every team that played against the Elias kid out of the tight end out of Camden last year, bracket him up, take away the big play threat for at least 3.5 quarters. But if you bracket and you zero in on Bubba, trust me, there's 2 other guys out there that will burn you slap up. Yeah. Khalil Williams and is it Kevion?
Thomas.
I think is how you say his name. Yeah, Thomas. Them 2 right there burn you slap up. And if you ain't paying attention, then it's Waylon Weidinger right over the middle, who will tear you up inside. And I mean, Mason Woods he's got to be in Shane's top 5 as far as running backs in the state. I mean, the kid is torching the earth. Over I think he's got 1,112 yards or something like that.
Right. So
on the season. So
Shane, talk about what Chase just talked about there. When it comes to the Lions offense, we lovingly call the Lions offense a Hydra offense because there's so many weapons. You cut one head off the snake, another one grows in its place. So that's what we mean by the Hydra offense. Shane, if Lions zeroes in on Bubba Brown, who is the stud defensive back that's going to be one-on-one on assigned to Artavian Brown?
So that assignment definitely will go to Jalen Copeland.
Okay.
I mean, this is kind of a prove it game for him. He's played well this year, but there were times. I mean, he gave up a catch last week. Granted, it was an insane play of a kid for Tift County, number 5. I can't think of his name all the way right now.
Dixon.
Yeah, his top receiver came up with a dive and catch, and Jalen Copeland was guarding him, and he was completely horizontal, dove and caught it in the end zone. Now, Jalen Copeland, like I say, he had the 2 pick sixes there. I think he'll get that job. They also get Seth Brown back, so he may see some time, but I think Copeland will get that matchup. I think we know like kind of what the offense wants to do. I think they want to run the ball, but the thing that they've tried to show that they can do is if the run game is slow or being taken away, that they can try and spread the field and get it downfield. I think Tyreek Wade will have to have a big game. He'll have to be able to stretch the defense, because I think that Lowndes is going to, force him to prove that the last couple of weeks haven't been a fluke.
Yep.
But I think going back to your point, I think Jalen Copeland gets that assignment, and then depending on how much success he can have and the defense can have as a whole, that may dictate, what they're able to do on Friday night for sure.
Gotcha. Shane, how confident is, I know I'm asking an impossible question here, but how confident is Valdosta in stopping Lowndes' explosive offense? Because, in years past, everybody knew Lowndes was going to run the ball first and throw it if they needed to throw it. But with the advent of Jace Johnson, we call him the Juice, coming on the scene, and so many wide receiver weapons around him, including the tight end. We've got a great running back that can catch out of the backfield. So you've got a pretty balanced Lowndes offense now. How confident do you think the Valdosta defense is in stopping Lowndes?
I think they'll have a decent level of confidence, because they got guys that can, get to the quarterback and try to, get pressure and disrupt. They've been able to get sacks this year, been able to get tackles for loss, pressures, that type of thing. If they can do that against Lowndes, that may level the playing field some. They haven't played a whole lot of teams that can legitimately try to test them down the field. They did play pretty well against Jesuit. That was a quarterback, the Griffin kid that was committed to Florida.
Yeah.
And they made him look ordinary. And I don't know if that was just, I can't say it was the atmosphere, because between me and you guys, there were people saying, "Oh, they're not that loud over there."
Yeah.
So I think when they played Jesuit, they did a good job. I think the kid ended up being 8 for 20 that game. Tift came out throwing the ball. They had some success there, and they disrupted Camden's attack as well. So I think they have a decent level of confidence. But I think after the week they had last week against Tift, where they should have won that game by 20 and gave up some plays, I think they'll be motivated to try and play their best game. So I think their confidence level is pretty high.
Gotcha.
Can I ask Shane a question?
Now, go ahead, Armand, because I got one too.
Shane, now from when I watch turn on the tape and I watch Valdosta, I see a lot of PIs, pass interference. How do you think Valdosta is going to be able to clean that up coming into this game? Because they reached a lot of pass interference plays, which doesn't necessarily show in the stat book, but it does. That's the first down, move the ball 15 yards. Do you think that they'll be able to clean that up going into tomorrow night?
That's a really good question, because they did have some ill-timed PI, like you said, against Tift County. They did for sure. Penalties have been a real pain for that team. Colquitt, a lot of penalties. Camden, even though they won by 1 million, a lot of penalties. Last week they had I think maybe 6 or 7. So penalties will be a factor. They weren't early, but they have been as we got closer and into region play. So that I can't really answer that. I feel like at times they've been able to clean it up. They just need to make sure that they're not doing it when the game is tight, where they're hurting themselves as far as field position and stuff like that. Some of those against Colquitt were field position killers.
Yeah.
And we're giving teams free yardage. If they can play clean and not commit all those penalties, they should be fine. But it has been something that's popped up, here and there throughout the season for sure.
Gotcha.
So Shane, let's go back to the Tiff game.
Mm-hmm.
There was a point in that game where Tiff tied that game up late in the game, but the touchdown got called back.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that touchdown doesn't get called back. Do you think Valdosta really walks away with it?
I think they win that game. It was the way it was going, because it seemed like every time Tiff County made a big play or they, fumbled up a drive and then gave it back, Valdosta made them pay within, 3-4 plays. They were hitting them with quick strike, explosive stuff off of those mistakes that they made. So I felt like the defense wasn't strong enough to prove that they were going to be able to stop Valdosta's offense. So I feel like even if they had scored there, I think Valdosta probably would have went down the field and scored. It was just how the game was going in the tempo. I will say earlier than what you were mentioning, if they had just sustained drives and not fumbled snaps and not bobbled the ball and got themselves backed up, they would have had way more of a chance to be in that game and possibly winning it, just because they were moving the ball with some comfort. But
yeah,
with the way Valdosta was able to move the ball on them and hit them through the air, that really kind of changed the whole complexion of the game.
Yeah, no, that defensive front of Valdosta, I believe they run basically the same 3-man front that a lot of teams are going to modernly, right?
Mm-hmm.
How are they being able to generate pressure out of that 3-man front? Talk about how successful they've been with.
Yeah, so like Jamil Lundy he's been really good for them on the defensive line. And then on the edge, Javaris Kyer has been really good as well. I think he might be close to leading the team in sacks. He's a smaller edge guy, but he uses his speed to kind of get around and generate pressure. So I think they try to be physical up front and try to move guys, and then try to get pressure on the quarterback, like you said. So I think Kyer on the edge, and then Lundy trying to get inside. I think that's how they kind of generate the pressure. Corey Howard being over the middle. I mean, he's kind of had a quiet year in a lot of ways. He doesn't really jump off the screen, at least from what I've noticed so far, but he can factor in as well. So I think they just Lundy and then Kyer on the edge. That's how they traditionally seem to bring pressure this year.
All right, Shane, listen, last question for you. We're going to put you on the spot. You know it's coming.
All right.
All right, so Shelton Felton has played Lowndes 4 times since he's been here, going back to 2021. Now, that is against 3 different coaches. So he lost to Jamie DeBose. Wait. How's this? Yeah. So he lost to Jamie DeBose. He beat Zach Grage. Then he beat Adam Carter the first year, and lost to Carter last year. So he's 2-2 against Lowndes. Does he break through this year and go 3-2?
Oh, I didn't hear no conviction.
No, I mean, I think it depends on the type of game it is. I feel like they've shown at least the first time that they broke the 5-game winning streak, it was a defensive game.
Yeah.
And they were able to win that game by touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Then they come back, they win 37-27. So they showed they could win with a little bit more high power. This year, they've shown that they can run the ball, but they can do some things through the air if a team messes it up. So I think they have a good chance to do it, especially playing at home.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So you're thinking Shelton gets it done and Valdosta walks away with a win tomorrow night.
It would look good from my front page.
Armand, I get the feeling that's as close to a yes as we're going to get out of Shane.
Yeah, and and he said something about the front page, and I made the front page during this game. Not how I wanted to, but Shane, I got one last question. If you can wrap this, to wrap it up for me, over or under? Does Lowndes have more than 200 yards rushing?
Ooh, good question.
Ooh. I'm gonna say under. I'm gonna take the under.
Taking the under? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the under.
All right.
All right, Armand, we're going to turn the tables on you.
On that.
Armand, we're going to turn the tables on you before Shane gets out of here.
Okay.
I'll ask a question on Shane's behalf. Does Valdosta get 200 yards?
No.
Over or under?
Under.
Easy.
Under. And this is why I say under. I think Lowndes is going to control the ball, control the clock, and force them to have to pass more. That's why. And even though I love, that dynamic duo Valdosta has, I think just the way the game's going to go is going to be the reason why I'm taking the under. And the fact that I'm just confident in these Vikings here.
Okay. Shane, listen, appreciate you joining us tonight, man, giving us your insight, because I know you've been with those Wildcats every step of the way this year. So we will see you at the game tomorrow night, man.
Can't wait, man. I look forward to seeing you guys there.
Thanks for joining us, bud.
Thanks, Shane.
Thanks, Shane.
Well, there you have it, guys. That's the guy's pretty knowledgeable, that's for sure, when it comes to Valdosta. Very, very knowledgeable.
Yeah. He echoed a lot of the sentiments that I've been. I think that team, they have a solid team, and I think they can compete with anybody. But I also feel stronger about my Vikings, about our
Absolutely.
Vikings, right? And I just think that, look, they stress you out, right? They stress out coordinators because unlike last year, and it's been proven, is last year Jace wasn't much of a threat with his legs, right? He just wasn't. They brought Marvis in, you knew we were probably going to run it. Now you have a true dual threat, right? One who can run the ball and beat you with his arm. It's just a lot. And then you got a defense that's playing with the hair on fire.
Yeah.
And you think they're going to be up for this game. They were up for their corporate game, and they're going to be up for this game. So I don't think nobody's going to come out flat. I really think what's going to boil down is who makes the least amount of mistakes and who can stay true to themselves the longest.
Well, guys, if you're just now joining us, where you been? That's the question I have for you. But if you are just joining us and you would like to enter for your chance to win 2 tickets for the game tomorrow night on the Lowndes side, so you do have to be a Lowndes fan. Enter into the comments, #GoVikings, just like you see on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen right there. #GoVikings. That's all you got to do. Chase, what you got?
So, Shane talked very eloquently about Valdosta, and I'll give him that. Same way we try to, shower the Lowndes program. However, I talked to a Valdosta guy earlier today, and he wasn't real confident that Valdosta could stop the run after the way Tift County ran all over him. And that was his exact words, that Tift County ran all over Valdosta.
Yeah.
So, I don't care who you put on Bubba. It ain't going to matter. I mean, they had him double covered last week. Richmond Hill did, and he was still making catches. I just don't see a way. And Armand, you may have a difference of opinion on this. You're the defensive guy. I just don't see a way that you stop Lowndes' offense. I just don't.
I mean, there is a way to stop it. And
every offense can be stopped, right?
Every offense can be stopped, but can you stop it consistently? That's the deal. Like, can you stop it consistently? What Lowndes does, and they do a great job at it, is that when you think they're gonna do this, they do that, right? When you think, all right, Mason's been tearing this up. All right, we got let's load the box. They beat you on the outside. You double bubble, and then that thing, you got Thomas running down the seam. You got Weininger running down the seam. You got is it Joe Henry, number 14?
Yeah,
Joe Henry. Yeah,
you got Joe Henry, catching the post, and scoring. Like, they have so many ways to beat you, and I think that's what it's going to be. You still got Bill. You still got Vickers, who we haven't seen a lot of lately, but you got Bill and Vickers back there who are capable backs. And I just think, like you said, can you do it consistently? And who can be the most consistent is the reason. Consistency is going to win this game.
Listen, I've been monitoring these comments, and I got to say, Krisha's probably got one of the best comments I've seen tonight. She says,
"What's up, Krisha?"
She says it's going to boil down to nerves and atmosphere. Talent is on both teams. I think Vikings have the stronger team. This game is unlike any other they will ever play in. I don't think they have advantage because it's at their stadium, because Viking Nation will overwhelm that whole idea. Our fans are intimidating all on our own. Everything that you said is spot on, but I think I'm going to point out the very first part of what she said. It's going to boil down to nerves and atmosphere. We know it's going to be a tremendous atmosphere. Some of these guys have played in this game. Some of these guys have not, because you got to remember, some of these guys are brand new to both teams, and they've never played in a game like this, right? So who's going to keep their nerve? Who's going to keep their emotions in check, but play with enough emotion and sustained emotion throughout the game to give them a competitive advantage? So very good comments there, Krisha.
Well,
go for it, Chase.
I will say this. All right. Now, it's no secret that I'm a big Jace fan. Okay. I'm a quarterback first guy. Everybody knows that. Okay. But I'm also friends with Jace's family. Okay. They posted a video earlier today of Jace walking in the door, asking him how he felt, everything like that. He said he felt confident, felt great. And they asked him, what did this Wintersville mean to him this year? And his exact answer, this time it's personal.
Okay. All right.
So I think this Lowndes team has something to prove.
Yeah.
Everybody has discredited them, not wanted to give them their due this year.
Do you think that's still the case now, Chase, after 9 games?
Yes.
I remember, I know that was the sentiment at the beginning of the year, but surely there's no one left on the planet that's not giving Lowndes their due.
Yeah, they still a few. I think, if I remember right, LG, in the composite rankings, because it uses ITG and
right.
The Fan and all that. I think one of those polls had Valdosta above us and us down at 7th.
You might be right.
And to me, that's a slap in the face to Adam Carter and his staff and these kids, because, man, these kids have played phenomenal football through 9 games. I mean, they have traveled in the rain, in the cold, battled adversity. Jace going down early in the year would have really, derailed a lot of teams. Your starting quarterback going down, would have derailed a lot of teams. But these guys banded together. They locked arms. They said, no, this is our team. This is our time. And we're going to go get this done so that when we get our quarterback back, we are still undefeated for him.
Yeah. So the AI fact checker has checked both of you guys in some statements. Chase, you're right. Score Atlanta in the composite rankings scored or ranked Lowndes number 7. Now, the AI fact checker also is checking Armand, and number 14 is Zion Walker. Number 13 is Joe Henry.
Joe
That's
Henry.
right. Walker. That's right. Zion Walker.
Yeah. Okay. When they talk about giving Lowndes their just due, Lowndes has never gotten their just due when it comes to Valdosta High, right? And for a long time, it was rightfully so. Like when you think about it, right? You go from Lowndes had won beat Valdosta 3 times up until 7. It wasn't really much of a rivalry because they won every year almost. That's what it seemed like. You got to think they had like a 12-year winning streak from 85 to 96, and 97 finally beat them. And now this series is at 39 to 24, right? So with that, the community looks at history and says, "Yep, it's Valdosta." And sometimes they do when it comes to this rivalry, right? Yeah. Every year, Lowndes could be 9-0, and Valdosta could be 1-9, and there's still people out there saying Lowndes going to lose, Valdosta going to beat Lowndes, right? But it's changed over the last 25 years or close to 30 years. Lowndes has been dominant in this matchup, right? And I think it's gonna continue. I don't think it's slowing down at all. Is Valdosta gonna win some years? Yeah, they're gonna win. But the team this year, what we're talking about right now, I think this team here, Larry, if we're not playing for a state title this year, right? Something crazy has happened.
Ooh, man. You projected us to the state title game already.
Man, dude.
I agree.
Every year, my predictions never change. Lowndes wins state. Georgia wins the Natty. The Cowboys win the Super Bowl. It never changes, right?
Well, one out of three ain't bad.
You know what, Chase? Y'all need a new coach. Sam Pittman's for hire, and I hope he doesn't go. But
James Franklin too.
Yeah, James Franklin got a lot of good choices. But what I'm saying is that's always my prediction. But when I look at this team and I see this is a complete team, right?
Yeah.
Offensive, defensive, special teams. They play all 3 components of the game at a very high level. And I think they're going to continue that. And we're just going to have to see, because I'm pretty sure that Richmond Hill game shouldn't have been as close as it was, right? They made some uncharacteristic mistakes, and they paid for them, but we still win by, what was the final score against Richmond Hill? 49-23?
49-23.
Yeah, so we still win by 26 points. And we had a suspect second and third quarter, right? And I think Lowndes is talented enough to overcome those mistakes. I think the coaching staff is good enough to fix them and have their mind right. This is my only concern, is that they come up they're too hyped, right? And they get to jawing back and forth with Valdosta. They just got to stay calm. Got to stay pro. I need them to go and be pros out there, and let your helmets and your shoulder pads do the talking.
Well,
Hey, Chase, before you make your point, I want to answer a question for our Wildcat friend, Daryl Britt, checking us out on the Viking Nation Live tonight. He says a couple things. He says, Lowndes has not been irrelevant since McPherson left. Give me a break. Okay, that's an interesting comment. But he also asked a question, who has Lowndes played? Who has Lowndes played? He says, who have y'all played this year that was tough? So I'm going to go to the official GHSA website where they actually rank all the teams with the new postseason ranking. And so just to remind you guys, this postseason ranking that is going to go into effect next year, but they went ahead and applied it to this year's schedule to see where everybody fell out. Okay, so there's three parts to this. There is the your winning percentage, there's your opponent's winning percentage, and then your opponent's winning percentage. So those final two columns will give you a glimpse of how tough your schedule has been. Okay, so with that said, let me share this with you on the screen. Now, where does Valdosta come in? Valdosta is ranked number 8 in the state when it comes to, you see my handy dandy cursor over here, there's a little mouse here. Their personal postseason ranking is 66%, 0.66 points. Okay, that's pretty good. Valdosta is ranked number 8 in the state based on their winning percentage, their schedule, which is their opponent's winning percentage and their opponent's winning percentage. Now, Daryl, where do you think the Lowndes Vikings rank? I'm going to show you. Check this out. Look at that. Look at that. Daryl, Lowndes is ranked number 1 in the state as far as schedule goes.
And also,
I think that answers the question for you.
We played 4 of the same teams, and now we're about to play you. So if that's nobody, then so be it. But it's like this. They always say who they play. Well, we played 4 of the same teams. We beat all 4 of them.
Yeah.
And we played one team that y'all lost to, and they beat y'all without their best player.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is this, and this is not to discredit anything about what that school that used to be on Forest Street is. I think they're a solid program. I think they're a solid team. I just think Lowndes is better.
Yeah. But guys, honestly, I think all of that goes out the window tomorrow night because honestly, I think both of these teams are outstanding teams. Outstanding teams. So we're coming down to the short rows with the program. So I'm going to ask you guys, don't give me a score yet because I think you've already given me that score at the top of the show. But I'm going to start with you, Chase. What are the keys for tomorrow night's win?
You got to they're going to have to keep Jace clean. They're going to have to keep him upright. They're going to have to get Mason Woods going early. Okay. The offensive line's going to have to inflict their will. The defense just has to play not perfect. They don't have to play perfect, but they have to keep their eyes on that dynamic duo.
Okay.
They've got to. You got to know where those guys are. You got to read pre-snap. And I think Carter has this defense fired up. I think he's got them ready to go. I think you're going to see big games out of. I think you're going to see big games out of 3 people, offensively, and that is Mason Woods,
okay,
Khalil Williams, and Zion Walker.
Okay, I like
albeit now that's if I'm setting the game plan, I'm using Bubba as a decoy because everybody's going to zero in on him.
Yeah. All right. So Armand, before I get your answer, I'm going to remind you guys, this is literally your last chance to enter this drawing. So go ahead and enter into the comments now. #GoVikings. If you've already done it, you don't have to do it again. It's not going to accept a second entry. Okay. It's not going to count twice. So go ahead and enter it in. #GoVikings.
Can I offer a little advice to the Valdosta fans?
Tell us.
I want to give them a little insight. Okay. There is something that Lowndes absolutely hates. It makes our blood boil. It makes us make mistakes. We get rattled. We start turning the ball over. We make bad decisions. We give up touchdowns. You know, that overrated chant for some reason just bothers us. I mean, it knocks us completely off our game. Yeah. So hey, Valdosta fans, I know you in here because you're not like us, so you want to see what we're doing.
Jason's on it tonight, Armand.
Go tell the coaching staff, go tell your student section, go tell your band. Start that overrated chant tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just start it early, right out the gate. Kickoff. Boom. Yeah. Start it, please.
All right, listen, read Margaret. So if you would redo your entry, don't put a space in there. Just hashtag Go Vikings, all one word, no space. Okay. If you just leave it like that, the way you have it in there, the software won't pick up your entry. So hashtag Go Vikings, no spaces.
Jakari says, "What's up, Smoke? Lions by 21." And listen, and back to Daryl's. I'm gonna address Daryl one last time. So who cares? Vikes by 50. It ain't changed. It ain't changed. It ain't changing for you or anybody else. Vikes by 50. I have confidence in my team. You should have confidence in yours. But what I've said is not to disparage right outside.
7-8, you can't relate.
Yeah.
Guys, I think there are 4 keys to this game tomorrow night.
Oh, 4 keys to go with Larry's 4 pillars. I love it.
4 keys for tomorrow night. First of all, both teams are going to be sky high and jacked up emotionally tomorrow night. Who can maintain that emotion level for 4 straight quarters? We've seen plenty of Wintersville Classic guys where momentum swings major in the matter of just a few minutes. So who can maintain that high emotional level tomorrow night? And when momentum swings away from your team, which side of the stadium is going to come to their team's rescue to lift up their players, to re-energize them? Because we all know that in the course of a game, players start to decline emotionally. And what crowd is going to bring enough energy tomorrow night to uplift their program? So that's key number 1. Who is going to maintain that energy level and keep the momentum on their side? The second thing is, guys, can the Lowndes offense be consistent tomorrow night? Armand, you have picked up on this throughout the season, right? By saying the only team that can beat Lowndes is Lowndes, meaning that sometimes Lowndes is not as consistent as they can be. So can they be consistent for 4 quarters tomorrow night? And that goes for the defense as well. I think you pointed out earlier in the show that any team can win a play here and there. Who's going to win more plays tomorrow night, right?
Exactly. So you're going to have to my key to this game is simple. Dominate the line of scrimmage. If you dominate the line of scrimmage and you protect the ball, you will win.
Yeah.
And that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be a heated game, a competitive game. I just think comes out on.
Yeah, so those are 2 of my 4 keys. The third key, guys, is which team is going to be more predictable? There's 9 games worth of film out there on these 2 teams, right? So they know what the habits, the tendencies are, what the coaches are probably going to run on 3rd and 3 versus 3rd and 7. So all the tendencies are there on film. Which teams are going to be less predictable tomorrow night? Because there's usually a wrinkle here and there that sometimes is enough to separate 2 good teams going head to head. And the final one is a dovetail off of that one is, if you're not going to be predictable, that means you're going to have to use all your weapons. So which team will maximize their talent tomorrow night instead of being predictable and sticking with just one part of their game plan? So those are my 4 keys. And if you're the team that wins in all 4 categories, you're going to come out on top tomorrow night. If you win 3 out of 4, you're going to come out on top tomorrow night. If you win 2 out of 4, it's a toss-up. And obviously, if you only win 1 out of 4, you lose it. Okay. So those are my predictions for tomorrow. Now, with that said, guys, we're going to put you on the spot. What's your score? Armand's going to say Lowndes by 50.
I got something to ask.
Okay.
All right. I want y'all to think back to every game this season. Okay. What has Lowndes done every game of the season? They have used every game offensively to highlight a different or combination of different players. Now, if you do that through 9 games, what do you think happens on game 10?
I like it.
And you know what else Lounge has done? They forced a turnover in
multiple turnovers
game this year.
Multiple turnovers. Actually, man, if I actually went and looked at our defensive productivity this year, and it is off the charts.
Yeah.
The Rangers of Ragnarok. That's what we call it.
I love it.
The Rangers of Ragnarok. I love it. Listen, that Doomsday defense is going to march into Bazemore Hyder tomorrow night. There is not going to be any death in Death Valley because the Doomsday defense is going to control the line of scrimmage.
Rangers of the Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla.
The Lions offense is not going to be predictable tomorrow night. They are going to spread the ball around. I'm predicting you are going to see a pretty balanced Lions offense tomorrow night. Not just these short, quick passes out to the side, but I think Jace is going to go vertical tomorrow night to multiple receivers. So with that said, I think this game is going to be close, and Lions is going to pull away middle part of the fourth quarter, and you're going to see a 28-24 ball game. Lions wins.
I'm going to let Armand take the first one. I want to finish this.
Vikes by 50. And I mean it. And I mean it.
I've got a 4-point game. Armand's got a 50-point game. Chase, what you got?
All right, let me precursor this by saying, Valdosta, I know y'all want this victory. I know you do. But let me tell you, let me give you something that you ain't thought about. All right. Nick Hyder ain't coming to save y'all.
Oh boy.
Right, Bazemore ain't coming to save y'all. But I can tell you something else. Adam Carter and them Vikings are coming to Death Valley with a purpose. 41-28 Lounge.
41-28 Lounge. Man, Chase and Armand, for y'all's sake, I hope Lounge wins tomorrow night because y'all are predicting some big scores.
Yeah, I listen.
And social media is going to come for you.
It won't be the first time.
It won't.
I'm here for it. We'll be back on next week, and it's still going to be Vikes by 50. Now, I got a question for you, Larry, and I know some of the community has been asking. So, Lounge wins, right?
Yeah.
Lounge wins.
Let's cover that. Let's cover that.
They win the region outright.
That's right.
If somehow Valdosta is able to pull off a miracle and win, what are the ramifications for that?
Okay, so what Armand's talking about is the question of the week, and that is if Lowndes falls to Valdosta tomorrow night and Colquitt goes over and beats Richmond Hill, that on paper causes a three-way logjam, a three-way tie at the top of the region. So that means that Richmond Hill is going to have the fourth seed, right? So who's going to get 1, 2, and 3? So with all three teams beating each other, so there's no clear-cut favorite, but there is a clear-cut favorite going into tomorrow night. I hate to tell you guys this, but Valdosta has a big advantage in the tiebreaker tomorrow night. So if Lowndes wins, case closed. The Vikings are the outright region champs. If Valdosta wins, that creates this three-way tie. Then the tiebreaker is points allowed among playoff eligible teams. So that automatically eliminates Tift County and Camden County because they cannot be eligible for the playoffs because of their record in region, right? So that means the 4 teams, so that's remaining, how many points did you give up against those other 3 teams that's playoff eligible? That is against Valdosta, against Colquitt, against Richmond Hill. Guys, going into the game tomorrow night, Lowndes has given up, I believe, 37 points. Those 23 points that we gave up against Richmond Hill last week hurt us bad in the tiebreaker. Valdosta has only given up 18 points. No, is that right? No, 17 points. Right? Yeah. They gave up 17 points to Colquitt County, and they shut out Richmond Hill. So they've, going into tomorrow night, have given up 17 points. Colquitt County is way, way behind. I think they've given up like 48 points. So tomorrow night, if Valdosta wins, they're going to be the region champs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless it
And
turns
if
into a
that's the
shootout.
case, there is an outside chance that Colquitt could possibly still win that, but they would have to rely on Lowndes losing to Valdosta in a major shootout, and they would have to keep Richmond Hill scoreless, okay, which is virtually not going to happen with those two scenarios. So if Valdosta wins tomorrow night, they are 95% going to be region champs. That takes us to a head-to-head with Colquitt. That means Lowndes would be the 2 seed, and Colquitt would be the 3 seed, and then Richmond Hill the 4 seed. But here's the deal. Lowndes wins, they're region champs. Valdosta wins, they're region champs. That's basically what it boils down to. On paper, it's a 3-way tie. In reality, it's really not.
Yeah. Got you. And it just, hey, people, we always wanted this game to mean something, right?
Yeah.
For junior year, it was similar to this one here. We lost the same scenario played out, and Valdosta ended up winning the region championship, even though it was on record, on paper, a 3-way tie. The next year, it's the same scenario. We beat them, won it all. So all you got to do is, in the words of Al Davis, is just win, baby.
Just win. Winning takes care of everything. We like to say it on the show.
Winning cures all.
Can I address a comment?
Yeah, man.
There was a comment made, and Larry, you ain't got to put it up there. You already know which one I'm thinking to address.
Oh boy.
You ain't got to put it up there. We don't have to play players. We don't have to recruit players. We sure don't have to go out to California or to Tiff County to find them, since how Daryl wanted to bring up players transferring in. Daryl, that Tiff County player is working out real good for y'all, isn't he?
Well,
yeah, he stands in the middle of the field, by the way.
Here's the deal when it comes to transfers. All teams get transfers. No one on this program, no one in our community, I think, is against transfers, because we are in a military town. We are in a growing town. There's all kinds of industries that's popping up left and right. You just drive across the county. There's houses being built left and right. People are moving here. So I don't fault any family that wants to transfer to any school. We have no problem with that. I think the issue that people do have is if you outright go out and try to recruit someone. But we don't have any problems with transfers, whether it's to Lowndes or Valdosta or Colquitt or anywhere else. Okay.
And by the way, just so everybody's aware, and I hope Jordan doesn't mind me telling this story, but by the way, when that young man got to Lowndes, he was a linebacker. He's no longer a linebacker. Lowndes helped develop that.
Yeah. Yeah. But guys, listen, it's 8:11 and talking is over. So the next sound that you're going to hear is at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, when foot meets leather and that ball's kicked off. Where are you guys going to be tomorrow night? So I know where we're going to be. I'm going to have to break the news to these guys.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, LG. Just
don't do it.
Don't do it. Just no.
Right.
Don't do it.
They don't need to know.
They don't need to know.
We'll just keep it to ourselves. Listen, I wanted to tell you guys, but based on the feedback that I'm getting from my counsel, I think we'll just leave it at that. So with that said, guys, let's go ahead and do our drawing. Okay. So here we go. Uh-oh. Where's my entries? let me see what's wrong with this software. Where's my entries at? Oh man. You gotta love this live stuff. Hold on, guys. I may have drawn it a while ago. Yeah, I actually did draw it a while ago. I hit that draw button by mistake. Oh my gosh. You gotta love this live stuff that we do.
Yeah, we don't rehearse any of this. This is straight off the cuff for all three of us.
That's exactly right. All right. So the winner of the show, I'm not the show, but the winner of the 2 tickets that I drew a while ago by mistake is none other than Valencia Akins. Valencia Akins.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That is the first time I've seen that name on this show. So maybe, Valencia, if you've been watching, feel free to come back. We love to have you. So listen, Valencia, I will get with you through Facebook. I'll message you through Facebook after the show to arrange on how we can get the tickets to you. So congratulations on winning those 2 tickets. Do us a favor. Cheer our Vikings hard tomorrow night. Okay? Because I get the feeling, guys, the Vikings are going to need all the energy that we can bring.
All right. LG, I'm going to help you out here because you started to do it earlier, but you kind of messed it up a little bit.
Right.
So, Viking Nation, we need all your support. So make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and share this video, especially with your Wildcat friends.
Sure.
Hey, listen, I started off the show by asking a question, and I'm going to answer. How many undefeated regular seasons has Lowndes had throughout its history, going all the way back to 1966?
Oh,
Well, the first one was 1997.
The first one was 1997, Coach Miller. That's right.
So I'm going to say 5.
And you were on that team.
Yes, I was on that team.
Were you a senior or a junior?
I was a senior.
Senior on that team.
Yeah.
So you leading the way. You leading the way. All right, so guys, so in addition, so including 1997, how many undefeated seasons has Lowndes had? Not defeated season, including playoffs, just regular seasons. Okay, how many undefeated regular seasons, meaning how many times did they go 10-0, has Lowndes had in its history, going all the way back to 1966? They have had 5 undefeated.
I was right. I was right.
5. 1997 with Milt Miller. 2004, Randy McPherson. 2008, McPherson. 2017, McPherson. 2019, McPherson. And will tomorrow night at about 11 o'clock add 2025 Adam Carter to that list. It's a rare group of coaches, guys. Rare group of coaches. So is he going to pull it off tomorrow night? Best of luck to Adam Carter and those Lowndes Vikings. All right, guys. I'm about talked out.
LG, I'm gonna drop you a message here in a minute. You already know why.
Gotcha. Well, guys, that's going to do it for our show tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in on the Viking Nation Live, the Wintersville edition. On behalf of Chase Garnto, Armand Rashad Williams, I'm Larry Godwin. You guys have been watching another episode of the Viking Nation Live. May God bless every single one of you. Stay safe tomorrow night. It's going to be Halloween. There's going to be a lot of kids out. Is Halloween tomorrow night? Yeah. Well, in some neighborhoods it is. Okay. But there's going to be a lot of people around that stadium. Be kind and courteous. I know it's a rivalry game, but be nice to each other tomorrow night. Everybody stay safe. So God bless every single one of you. And as always, go Vikings.
Go Vikings.
Go Vikings, and welcome to Valhalla.
The Rangers of Ragnarok will descend upon Bader Hasmore Field at 8 o'clock. Go Vikings.
Go Vikings. And with that.